Alright guys, so I know you're probably freaking out from the title of this video, but it is true, I am selling the Jeep.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
But long story short, this is not the end of the channel. Please don't think that I'm stopping, Arkansas Off-Road and we're not gonna make videos anymore, because we definitely are gonna make videos. Basically what's been happening, people like you, subscribers, your comments, your likes, everything has been growing the channel so fast, and it's just been blowing me away, and I've had some really cool opportunities open up. And once again, just thank you guys for that. This is allowing me to kind of reposition the channel and start something really exciting. So what's actually gonna happen after I sell the TJ, we're going to buy a vehicle, stock, and we're gonna build it and document it and make a series of it all the way until it's like a fully built Overland vehicle. It's just gonna be so cool. I've done several like Photoshop renderings, and I'll share those with you guys in the next video when I actually get the vehicle. And in addition to the new build series on the channel, what I have in the works for you guys is some merch. So these are just some prototypes I have. So I have, stickers, patches. I'm working on all that stuff right now. I will say that it's been super delayed because of the whole COVID thing. I was barely able just to get one sample, and it took like over a month. So I'm still working on some merch and stuff for you guys. And then another little event kind of thing I wanna play with on the channel moving forward is some group camping trips. So I want to be able to facilitate a way for you guys to sign up and kind of book an overland trip with me, and we'll have, 6 or 8 rigs, and we'll go out and do a camping trip, and it'll be cool. So yeah, I hope you guys can look forward to all that different stuff on the channel. Just really, really excited to move forward. I know a lot of you guys subscribed because you have a TJ, but to be honest, one of the biggest reasons I'm selling it, and I'm definitely going to regret it. I promise you I will regret selling this TJ. I just know it. The biggest reason I'm selling it is because I've already built it. It's fully built. There is really nothing left for me to do on this Jeep. I've touched every square inch of it. It's been painted, it has a lift, it has 35s, a winch, bumpers all the way around, custom roof rack, rooftop tent, gears, there's really nothing left for me to do on this Jeep. I think change is good, right? I think it's cool to learn a different vehicle, learn a new platform, and I think that's what I'm going to do on the channel moving forward. So I know you guys are probably asking, why don't you just keep the TJ and just build a whole new vehicle? Why do you have to sell it? Short answer, guys, I don't have that kind of money. I need this TJ to kind of fund the next vehicle build, and I want to have enough funds to where I'm not waiting around 6 months to save up to buy a bumper, things like that. I want to be able to deliver some consistent content with you guys on this next series of the build. Another reason I'm selling it is my wife and I would really like to have a kid. We don't have any kids right now. As you guys know, there's hardly any space in the TJ, so my wife and I both would like me to have something just a little bit bigger.
That's what she said.
If you think you know what the next vehicle is that we're gonna build, let me know in the comments. I'd like to see them. So guys, believe me when I say that I'm going to regret selling this Jeep. I already know. You don't have to tell me that. Like I said earlier, there's just not anything left I can do to the Jeep really. And I don't want to stop making content for you guys. So, with that being said, and with all these cool opportunities happening, I feel like this is the right move. This is just another part of life. Change is good, things like that. And I'm just really excited on this new chapter moving forward. So before we start the final walk around of the TJ, man, that sounds really weird to say it out loud. Final walk around. If you guys really are serious and want to put in an offer or buy my Jeep, please contact me from my email address. Don't send me a message on Instagram or anything. Please don't do that. I'd rather you go through email. And that email address is down in the description. It's contact.arkansasoffroad@gmail.com. Send me an email and we'll handle it. We'll figure it out. So let's start on the final walk around of the TJ. Alright guys, well here is my full Overland build on my 2000 Jeep Wrangler TJ. So this is a sport model. It has 135,000 miles on it right now. It has the inline 6, so plenty of power, bulletproof motor, has never given me any troubles at all. I have the 5-speed manual transmission, which is a total blast to drive. I'm gonna say right now that I'm probably gonna forget some of the modifications I've done because there's just such a large list, but I'll try to get through as many as I can. So I bought this in 2017 from a used car dealership, and the owner, the previous owner, done quite a bit to it before I bought it. So he did the paint job, all the suspension work, you know, just lots of odds and ends like that. I do not know the actual suspension lift or brand or anything because he paint matched the shocks, and so I don't know the logo or anything. But anyway, we'll get into the rest of the build, and we'll start all the way at the front. All right, so the first thing, we have the Smittybilt SRC front bumper. If you look up this bumper, you'll notice that it has some wings that kind of come out, and right here you can tell that I've actually cut those wings off and welded a couple plates in there and smoothed it out. That just gave it a little bit better look. Then right there, you see we have some fog lights and a spotlight up there, so those are some HD, nice, just auxiliary lights. Right here we have a Smittybilt XRC 9,500 pound winch with synthetic line. Really like it a lot. A couple D-rings up front, which have definitely helped pull me out in a few situations. These are some speaker headlights. These headlights are unbelievable. They were put on by the previous owner. Right here, I have some new side markers and some front lights there, some lens covers. Those are pretty cool. Moving up, we have a Poison Spider hood louver. This thing is awesome. It dissipates heat very, very well. That was also put on by the previous owner. Moving on down to the front, we have the Dana 30. We are running Yukon 456 gears, so they're totally amazing gears. We have a Fox 2.0 steering stabilizer, a Curry heavy-duty track bar, and then I think the drag link and stuff was put on by the previous owner. So next we have the fender flares, and these were the stock fender flares, and I think they look really great on this Jeep. You know, they're nice and subtle. Then below that we have the tires, so I'm running 35-inch Mastercraft Corsair MXTs, 35 by 1250 by 15, and the wheels are Ion Alloy, the 15s, and these tires have plenty of tread on them. I've never sliced a tire or done anything to the sidewall, so the tires have held up great. Moving up, we have a HMF light bar bracket. This thing is super beefy, just so cool. It holds my entire roof rack. And then we just have a basic light bar up there, and then up on the roof rack we actually have a front runner rooftop tent. I've had that for just about a year now, and it's just killing it. I love it. So here's a little detailed look at the roof rack. So I have several horizontal crossbars. You know, you can take this tent off and put kayaks or whatever you want to. And then down here you can see where the roof rack attaches. So it doesn't use any new holes drilled into the tub. It just uses the existing holes from the tail light. And then again back there you can see the CV mount for the antenna. And then we have some Smittybilt rock sliders. They're just a standard rock slider that Smittybilt has. Down underneath you can see the little body lift, so it's an Energy Suspensions body lift. And down here also you can see that there was some rust in this Jeep, but I took it to a professional shop and they cut all the rust out of the frame and then reinforced it with this super heavy duty frame bracing kit. And again, that was installed professionally. I could never do that, but they did an excellent job, and now the frame is stronger than factory. Right here we have some lower control arms. The front ones are brand new. The rear ones came on there when I got it. I just needed to replace the bushings in the front ones. So next we have the soft top. This is the Rampage bowless or frameless soft top. I've had it about a year and a half or so. It does great. People always ask me if I can take the soft top down with a roof rack, and the answer is yes. You can easily zip the windows off and continue to run the roof rack. There's no problem doing that at all. Moving on down, we have some taillight covers. So these are brand new, just stock OEM taillight covers. Then there's my spare there, and this is a Smittybilt. I believe it's also an SRC tire carrier, could be wrong. Then we have some traction boards up there. And then at the bottom right there, you can see the Dana 35. So right here on the side, I wanted to give you guys a look at the wheel offset, and I think it just looks perfect. It complements this Jeep, and it makes it have such an aggressive stance. And it doesn't stick out too far, so I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Moving on, we have a 7-slot Customs heavy duty gas tank skid plate, and this thing has definitely saved me a couple times. It is awesome. It is so good. Alright guys, so here's the engine bay. As you can tell, I'm pretty OCD and I really like to clean this as often as I can, especially right when I get back from a muddy overland trip. This is usually the first thing that gets cleaned. So this is the inline 6. Also, you can probably tell that the valve cover is paint matched, and I think that looks just super good in this engine bay. Right over here is the battery. It's fairly new. It's a heavy duty battery, does well. Also have a brand new alternator. This is the heavy duty high wattage alternator to handle the winch and my lights and stuff. Also have a brand new radiator. So I put this in about a month ago. The factory one was leaking, so got a brand new one in there. And this is my air compressor that I did a DIY video on. Runs great, works great. If it gets wet or gets muddy or anything, it's not a problem. It handles all that really well. Right here is a design engineering heat shield kit that I put on the fuel rail. Having that along with the Poison Spider hood louver right there is just a game changer as far as dissipating heat from the motor. So yeah, no complaints at all from that kit. Then also have a throttle body spacer. That just came on the Jeep, so I left it, you know, it works fine. Say what you will about those. Let's see, I also put in a new air filter, and I just changed the oil about 1,000 miles ago. I do change my oil every 4,000 miles, and I use Royal Purple motor oil, and I also rotate my tires every 4,000 miles. So that's the engine bay. Yeah, let's move on. So something else I've done very recently, I think it was also about a month ago when I put in the radiator, I also rebuilt the rear brakes. So the rear brakes have new shoes, they have all new hardware, and new wheel cylinders as well. Here's the other wheel, you can see, you know, just some fresh hardware in there, so the rear brakes are good to go. I also replaced the fuel pump. So the fuel pump went out about 2 weeks ago, and it has a fresh one in there. All right, so now we'll go in the interior. So as you can see, I really like to keep my stuff clean. I'm very OCD if you couldn't tell already. So let's see, we have a little guard right there to get in and out. I have some Quadratec floor mats. I shampooed all the carpets and I shampooed all of the seats. So these are the Rough Country neoprene seat covers. So those are nice and clean. Also up here you can see the paint matched roll bar and paint matched speaker bezels. Again, the previous owner did that. They also paint matched, you know, way up here, just everything inside. As well as the center console. Right here you can see my fog light and spotlight switches up there. Aftermarket Sony head unit. Right here is my light bar switch. Right down here I have a super cool hand throttle. If you guys don't know anything about these, they're really nice to keep your RPMs very steady when you're rock crawling or going over some rough terrain, so you don't jerk that drivetrain back and forth. Then I just have a little leather shifter boot, nothing fancy. Over here I have my CB radio mounted on a rugged ridge mount. This is the Uniden Pro 520 XL CB radio. And I have a little mic mount on the back, so a little magnetic thing, so you can kind of place that anywhere you would like. All right, so here's the passenger side. Again, nothing too crazy or fancy over here, but it is very clean. I have a couple gear pouches. Nothing too crazy up there. Right here in the center console, I have a external speaker for my CB radio, so I can either leave that in there and I can hear it just fine, or I can actually take it out and kind of put it in the cup holders. All right guys, here's the rear interior. So if you haven't seen, I have a video on this little tailgate table I made. It was one of the first mods I did. Just has a little magnet right up there, and yeah, that's how it's held in place, and it's done super well on the trails and stuff for me. So here's the inside of the tub, and you can see that they did paint that, so that looks really cool. Here's my little shelf unit thing, and it's really easy to take in and out. If you want to put the back seat in there, you totally can. Here's just the basic carpet it came with. Up top, I just put a couple LED lights on some Velcro, and you know, that gives some really good light when you're at camp and you're making food or whatever. You can really light up the whole back of this Jeep. If you guys have seen my other videos, you've seen that in the past I used to run a cargo rack right here on the spare tire, along with some jerry cans on the side. And I also have the back seat to this that came with the Jeep. So here's the back seat, guys. Again, it has a matching Rough Country neoprene seat cover, never been used before. And then here's my cargo rack with all the, hardware and everything. I have a quick fist mount for my axe, and then of course the jerry cans as well with all the hardware. All right guys, so I'll give you a quick test start, and you can see the dash here. So 135.9 on the odometer there. Sounds really freaking good. So here's that hand throttle. So that's pretty cool. You can control your idling when you're going over rocks and stuff. So yeah, that's what it sounds like. I'll do a quick little drive-by so you can see, or so you can hear what that sounds like. All right guys, well that is it. That's the full walk around. I still can't believe, I'm still in shock that I'm actually going to sell this, but I'm eager and I'm ready, for a new chapter and for a new build. Yeah, thank you guys so much for following along. Again, I hope you guys are very excited for this next chapter of the channel. We're gonna be doing some super cool stuff. Please send me an email if you're interested, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. Thanks so much.